I see a great man, but look in the mirror. I see a great man, just look in the mirror.
Welcome. Welcome to the King's Reserve, where I reserve the right to tell you my thoughts, and you reserve the right not to listen. I know you're new to this channel, so I want to thank you for stopping by. I'm King James. I'm an international DJ, a short film director, music video producer, entrepreneur, and a TV show creator. Please like, subscribe, and share what you found at the King's Reserve. Let's get started with America's Guide. America's Guide is a series that I have came up with years now. Many years now I've had America's Guide. America's Guide is all the stuff I wish someone told me when I got here in America. Because living from one country to another, wherever that country is, can be a very daunting task. So here you will learn and get all the experience I've been through. And I will be honest with you 100% and make sure I tell you exactly how it went for me. Now, it might go a little bit different for you, but generally speaking, our experience as immigrants are going to be the same. I'm going to tell you stuff before I got my green card, after I got my green card, after I got my citizenship. So you're going to journey with me. The stories or the guides will not be coming one behind each other, but there will be guides for all the periods of here, because I feel like America's Guide is what we need. So what people need right now to get to the places that they need to be at in life to survive, because that's the reason why we came here. We all came here across the bridge with a plane, train, across the border, however we got here. We came here to live, we came here to thrive. And I'm gonna help you to do that the real way. Not for clicks and baits, not for no extra stuff. All right, so like I said before, let's get started with American Guides. Tonight's guide is about credit. How to build your credit. You can watch 100 videos of how to build credit. They are talking about, most of them are talking about credit if you don't live here, or credit if you live here. Now, how to build credit is going to be a two-part thing. We're going to talk about how to build your kids' credit. 10, 11, 12 years old. We want to start there. But this right now, we're going to talk about how to build your credit. Now, after you get your green card, right? Get your green card. Or some of us who have Social Security, when we get here, we are able, let me pull that back. Some of us who are able to apply for a Social Security card upon arriving into America, right? Some of us who are able to do that, we should be able to get a bank account with your Social Security and your ID, depending on the bank. Now, I don't have those banks here because rules change it, and I want this information to be timeless. So you will have to go and figure out which one of the banks, if banks are still doing it that way. Now, let's talk about you don't have credit yet, right? Once you get your green card, I think your credit starts a little bit over 400 to 500. You're somewhere in that thing once you get your Social Security. So it's considered that you have no credit history. Now, you can't get nothing with no credit history. You can't get a credit card with no credit history. Stuff like that is very difficult here, okay? So here's an option for you, right? The first options, I'm gonna give you about 4 options here. So the first option is, the first thing you need to do is open a bank account, right? Any bank account. The second thing you can do is get a secure credit card. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a fan of the secure credit card. The first thing about the secure credit card is you take, for example, $250 out of your pocket. You give this bank your $250. You pay a fee. Some of them have fees. Like, again, my information is going to be timeless. So the rule, the exact requirement might slightly differ from banks to banks and state to state, but the same rule applies. If you get a secure credit card, even if they even change the name of it, I don't know what they would call it, but whatever, you change the name of it. So you want to get a secure credit card. The secure credit card allow you to put $250 on this card. Some of them are $300 depending on which one you want to get. But it is your money. You go to a bank, you take your money, you give your money to this bank. On top of giving them your money, you give them your annual fee of some kind, some initial fee on whatever it is that they want, right? So now you leave, you get this card. It is your $200 or your $300 on that card. So they're advising you to swipe this card and pay. And every time you swipe this card and pay, it's supposed to build your credit. Does it build your credit over time? Yes, but it takes long. This is why I'm not a fan of this. But this is a way that can be done for one of the first steps to build your credit. Another thing, because you don't have credit history, there is a chance you might be able to get a Macy's credit card. Macy's is a department store. You can go there and try to apply for a Macy's card because you don't have any debt, stuff like that. You might get a $500 credit limit from Macy's, or maybe less. Maybe it's the same $250 credit limit. But what's going to happen there is that is not your money. That's Macy's money that they give you. So now you pay the same thing. If you use your credit card at the end of the month or whenever the credit card is due, you pay your bill, and that boosts your credit gradually a couple points each time you pay your bill. That is a good start. I prefer the second option over the first option that I just give, the Macy's credit card, if you're able to get that. Now, thirdly, if you are able to get the Macy's credit card, right? Because everybody's different. It's all about where you work, how much money you're collecting. Because remember, now you have a green card, you have your Social Security, so now you're working. So this is a step that you have to make. The minute you get your green card, you need to start making these steps immediately. You cannot do cash all the time. Take it from me. You don't want to just be out here flaunting cash, paying cash. It does not help you whatsoever in this country, right? Even though they like to say, when you go to Rome, do what the Romans do. No, you don't have to do what the Romans do, but you kind of have to follow the Romans' rules. So this is part of the rules that allow you to build your credit. So the third thing I'm gonna talk about here is predatory credit card companies. They know who they are. They're predatory credit card companies. Credit card companies who know that you're young in the credit game and they consider you a risk. And they'll tell you, oh, I don't trust you, you're young, you could be a risk. So therefore, this is the reason why I'm charging you a high interest rate. But we're talking about interest rate that is above 24, between 20 to 30% interest on whatever it is that you're taking out. These credit card companies also give you $350, maybe $500 maximum on a credit card, but they are charging fees left, right, and center. There's fees for this, fees for that, all kinds of stuff, right? And they tell you, oh, it's because your credit is young, that's why we're doing that. Yeah, this is true. Your credit is young, that's why they're taking the risk according to them, but they don't have to do that. That's why I'm calling them predatory credit card company. So what you do when you have a predator on your back, you know he's a predator, right? You know they're a predator, but you need a card because you can't not get the card, right? Because you need to build the credit. So you can say, oh, I'm not going to deal with them because, they're predatory, their interest rate is too high. But guess what? Nobody else is going to give you The other banks that have 3%, that have 5%, that have 7%, they're not gonna give you no credit. So as much as we all hate, and myself hate these predatory credit card companies, you will have to pick one of them. If you don't want the 250 debit card and you didn't get the Macy's credit card, right? This is your next step, right? Oh crap, I'm breaking the studio. So this is the next step. You want to make sure that you're able to have one plastic. You must have one. If you can get two, you want to do the Macy's, and then do it. Do it. Pay the bill. Everything that you buy. You want your daughter, son, want a chewing gum from the store? Put it on that card. But make sure you pay the bill. They want to see activity on the card. You pay the 20-something% interest when you pass your due date, right? Because a lot of times when you purchase something, it's same as cash for a certain amount of time. Back in my day, maybe it was 30 days. Now, like I said, I'm trying to make this timeless, so I'm not gonna give you exact numbers here, but the system is the same way. It has been the same way for years, so that's not gonna change. So again, you wanna go with one other predatory credit card companies. These are companies that have interest rate above 20% all the way up to past 30-something%, right? It's insane, because it means I'm gonna break the 20. Let's just stop in the middle. Let's say 25%, right? Let's just break this down. Just show you how madness this is, right? You take $100 from this person, and he said, $100. I'm giving you $100. I'm gonna give you 30 days to pay me back this $100. On your 31st day, 32nd day, 33rd, it doesn't matter how long you went over, right? Well, it doesn't matter how long you went over because the prices go up. They keep going up. But let's just say 31 days, right? You now owe $125. That is what 25% interest rate look like. So quarter of the money that you borrowed out, $100, is now gained 25%. That is $25 extra that you had to pay to these predatory credit card companies. So you said, wait, King, why are you telling us to get this? I'm telling you to get this because it's one of the only ways to build your credit. You can go with them and pay before that 30 days. And once your credit gets up to, let's say 625 is the best place you want to be. You want to be between 625 and 725, just a sweet spot. The 625 to 725 is just a sweet spot for credit cards, right? You can get any credit card. When you work with these predatory companies to that point, and you right there in that 625 to 725, you now can get 0% interest. You now can go get your Amex card. You now can go get you, a black card, whatever, all this kind of card they have. Like I said, it's supposed to be timeless, so I'm not going to give you exactly names and stuff like that. So what I'm saying to you is, unfortunately, if you're new to this country, you have to get one of these cards. Now, the last thing that you will get and can get is a car. And it's weird because these credit card companies, they won't give you $500 on a credit card with 7% interest rate, right? They won't give that to you. But if you work and you have your pay stub and you can show your pay history and you have a green card and stuff like that, you can walk into a dealership and get a car. They'll tell you what you're qualified for. Or you can say, listen, I like this car, I want to get this car. And they'll give you a car, value of $15,000, $20,000. But you can't get a credit card value $1,000. But you could get a car that value $50,000. Don't say it don't make no sense, because it doesn't make no sense. But we're not here to change the rules or fight against the rules. We're here to make sure we know the rules so we are in the position, the best position to make the right decision. Understand what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do, what you're gonna do, the fourth option to build your credit, right? The fourth option to build your credit is taking out a car loan. Yep. Weird. So you didn't get you don't want to do the 250 credit card the first one because I don't really like it. You didn't get the Macy's credit card, and you don't feel comfortable with the predatory credit card company, 20%, whatever it is. But you need to get a car. So you're gonna say, okay, no, I'm gonna get the car. Okay, cool, get the car. Remember this, very important. When you get the car interest rate is still gonna be high. It's gonna be 23%, it could be 20%, it could be 25%, it could be whatever they seem fit at the thing. But the greatest thing is you will get it if your paycheck can show. So you're more likely to get a car value of $15,000 than a credit card value of $1,500 on a credit that has no history. That's what I'm saying. We're talking about credit that has no history. We're talking about people who just got here, just got their green cards, and they want to go to work, they want to move around, and they need to get a car. You can get a car. Almost any dealership will get you a car. And okay, so one other thing I'm gonna say, when you do get this car, there's a trick. Or it's not even a trick, but this is the way how you want to do it, because we are talking about America's Guide. I'm here trying to guide you through America so you can make the right decision. I wanted to do this for a very long time because I wish, these are stories I wish people had told me. These are things that I found out myself, that I had to go through myself. And I just want to put you in a much better place where you are aware. So stay tuned to this channel, like, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned with us. We are going to cover so much things that I'm going to guide you through this place, because it's not hard, but it's definitely not easy. All right. So you got the car loan, right? You decide, you know what? I'm going to go with the last choice. I'm going to get the car loan. So you got the car loan. Cool. Now, what you need to do, you need to wait 1 year with that car loan. Exactly 12 months. You need to pay the car loan on time every single time for 12 months. You do not want to slip up. This if you slip up, your next step will not work. Right? Again, if you slip up, your next step will not work. So you want to pay the car loan 12 months consecutively on time every single time. I'm telling you, do not slip up. If you need to not eat or not do something else, you need to do this. And this is a 12-month packing thing, right? Because remember, you have this car note, and this car note is at 20-something%. It is high. It is ridiculous. Your insurance is also high. It is ridiculous. We're talking about if it's in your name. We're not talking about if you put in your uncle name, your auntie name, you have an old grandmother, you could put it in, and then you could do that and save money. We're not talking about that part. We're just talking about you, your own name, your own thing. You trying to do what you need to do. All right. You did it for a year. Good. You got it. Remember at the beginning when we talk about opening a bank account? That's the first thing I said. You need to open a bank account. Now, when you open this bank account, this year that you have the bank account running and your checks are deposited into that, checks are deposited into your bank account, right, each time, right? It's very important now. You take your car note paper, your car note information, your interest rate in your car note, and you get down to your bank. Now, the bank account that you should have opened would be a credit union. You want to start with a credit union. If you cannot get a credit union, because credit unions are reserved for military people, well, not military, but nurses, doctor, people like those, firefighters, policemen, I don't want to say federal employee is what I think credit union are mostly reserved for. So correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section if I left off what credit union is for. Please do. So you want to get a credit union. If you can't get a credit union, that's fine. But preferably this will work at a credit union because credit union give the credit union give the lowest interest out of all the banks on pretty much everything because obviously they're a credit union. So why am I talking about a credit union? Yeah, you have the bank account with a credit union. I'm talking about it because now you're going to refinance the car and get out of your 24%, 25, 27% interest rate. Because this is ridiculous. You know it's ridiculous when you signed it. They know it's ridiculous when they sign it. Your dealer, he knows it's ridiculous when you signed it. But this is what you gotta do. You can't be mad at the car dealer. You can't be mad at the people who give you the $15,000 to buy the car. You can't be mad at them because that's what it is, business. They're earning so much money off of you every single month. They're making a bank. But you don't keep that for 4 years and continuously make them rich, or 5 years. No, 12 months. Boom. Go to your credit union and say, listen, I got my car. I want to refinance my car. I want you to take over the loan. And they will take over the loan. So now, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section here. You now take your car from the company that gave you the car in the first place. And then now the credit union owns the car. And you now pay the credit union at like half the price or 3/4 of the price. You are going to be shocked when the credit union refinance that car and tell it. Because not only did the car lose value when you drove it off the lot, the car is now cheaper for them to buy, and the car is now with a credit union that makes it easier for you to deal with. So that's what you do if you want to build credit as an individual here in America. And that's it for watching American Guide. Thanks for liking, sharing, and subscribing. It means a lot to a king. Reserve Nation, remember, you reserve the right to be happy, so take it easy. Thank you. America's Guide.
Look in the mirror. I see a great man, but look in the mirror. I see a great man. Just look.